Welcome back to Emma's for Meeple. My name's Mitch.
And I'm Morgan, and today we're going to talk about the games on our shelf of shame that we're most excited to play. So for those of you who don't know, Shelf of Opportunity means games that we've purchased but have not played yet. So this video we're just going to talk about games that we've purchased, haven't played, but we're the most excited to play, to get to the table.
Yeah, we got a lot of games that we've purchased and haven't played, but we're just going to talk about our top 10 games
And
that we haven't played.
Sometimes Shelf of Opportunity is also referred to as a Shelf of Shame because it's games that you've purchased, and sometimes they can pile up. I think our list at one point was, 40 games we owned that didn't play?
Yeah, we're probably going to go to recess after this and get more.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem.
I mean, it's better than drugs.
Yeah, that's true.
I like to call them my shame games. My shame games.
Your shame games?
My shame games.
These are in no particular order. At least mine aren't. I don't know if yours has a particular order. Okay. So, first on my list, again, no particular order, is a big one. And it is Champions of Hara, published by Greenbrier Games. Champions of Hara is an adventure board game where you fight monsters. You can team up. It's cooperative or competitive. There's different modes of play, which is pretty interesting. But you defeat monsters, close rifts, and explore different worlds in this world called Hara in order to save the day. I don't remember how I found this game.
It was a gift. I got it for her as a gift.
I told you that I wanted it,
But it was a gift.
It was a gift from Mitch, but I told him it was on my wish list. I don't remember how I came across it, but I remember seeing the cover on the front of this box and thinking, wow, that artwork, that would be a really cool cartoon that I'd want to watch. So then I started looking into it more, and it got pretty good reviews on Board Game Geek. It kind of reminds me of Tidal Blades a little bit, and Tidal Blades, for those of you who haven't seen our favorite games video, top 10 games video, Tidal Blades is on my list. I really enjoy that game. And it seems like it would have a similar feel, where you play a bunch of different heroes, teaming up to try to close a rift, or competing to be the first one to close all the rifts. And each character has their own special powers. One character in particular in this game that I thought was really interesting is this character called Persephone, where she has a spirit that she can control. And it kind of reminds me, if anyone has watched the TV show My Hero Academia, of Takoyami, Dark Shadow. And he controls this shadow creature, and that's what this character Persephone reminds me of. So that's really interesting. So I'm super excited to play Champions of Hara. It's a game I don't see talked about a whole lot, and I believe it came out in 2018, so it's a fairly recent game.
Yeah, 2018 on the box.
Yeah, and they have an expansion for it as well. So yeah, let us know if you've played this game before. I'm really excited to play it.
Should we even bother to play it? If you've played it, is it worth our time? It looks cool.
It looks really cool. There's minis for each character. The artwork is gorgeous. Again, it's not a game I've seen talked about a whole lot. But yeah, I love thematic games, and this one seems very thematic. And again, it reminds me of Tidal Blades. That's why I'm excited to play it.
I know nothing about it, so I know that I bought it. Alright, so my first game that is on my shelf of opportunity, shelf of shame, or shame games as I like to call them, is Vast, the Crystal Caverns by Leader Games. And this is a asymmetric game where each player is playing a different character going through the Crystal Caverns. You can be a knight, goblins, dragon, or even the cave itself. And in this version we also have the thief. Right?
Yeah, we have the expansion.
The expansion, which has the thief in it. Each character has a different win condition, and we haven't played it, so I don't really know. I think the knight is trying to kill the dragon. Is that how that's supposed to go? The knight is trying to get rid of the dragon. The goblin is trying to defeat the knight. The dragon is trying to eat goblins, and the cave is trying to collapse itself. So the cave is the map that you're playing on. So
and
if you're the cave, you're the
thief is
board.
trying to backstab the other players and steal their treasure.
Yeah, the thief's just stealing crap.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's very unique the fact that a player can play as the board.
Yeah.
Like how it expands, like being like the different square tiles that come out that characters will be walking along. I think that's really unique, and I love the theme. And I know this was very hard for you to get hold of because I don't think this is in print anymore.
They do have a second version of this called Vast Mysterious Manor, but I know the theme...
This one looked way cooler.
Yeah, the theme of the Crystal Caverns we kind of resonated with more.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to find this on eBay, and I purchased a copy of this secondhand, and it had the expansions with it. But we've heard very good things about Vast Crystal Caverns, so we definitely wanted a copy to try it out.
I just don't want to play it at 2 players. I want to play it like at least 3 because it says 1 to 5. I don't know how the solo play works.
Yeah.
But
one of the reasons we haven't gotten this one to the table particularly is because asymmetric games are a challenge to get to the table, I feel like, just in general. Because everyone has their own separate rule book, so it's a little harder to teach. Everyone kind of has to learn their own goals and rules for the characters that they're playing. And so for that alone, it's not like you can just be like, okay, here's what we do, here are the rules of the game. You kind of hand someone a rule book and they have to learn it themselves. So that can be a challenge.
When everyone relies on me to teach them how to play a game, and I gotta learn 5 different ways to play the same game, it often takes us a while to get it to the table because it's a lot for me to learn and a lot for me to figure out how to teach. So Vast, Crystal Caverns.
Next on my list of shame games is Photosynthesis, published by Blue Orange Hot Games Cool Planet. Photosynthesis is a game where everyone has different colored trees, and they are trying to grow trees in accordance with the sun in order to score points at the end of the game. And every time we walked past this at Recess, our friendly local gaming store, I was like, man, that game looks really cool, I really want it. And I've been saying that for years, I feel like.
It looks so cool, we already bought the expansion to it without playing it.
Well, you did.
I did.
Photosynthesis was on my wish list, and you got it for me, and then you also bought the expansion.
Well, when I was at the store and I grabbed Photosynthesis, I actually grabbed the expansion first. I'm like, this doesn't feel like a full board game. And I'm like, oh, it's not. It's an expansion. So I just grabbed them both because it looked really cool. I don't know if it like adds different trees or something.
I think it's a moonlight or something, right? It
adds that's right. Yeah. Like a moon phase.
Yeah. But this is one of the games I just know that I'm going to love. It's very thematic. There's all of these cardboard trees that you assemble. It's a gorgeous looking game. And I love nature, so I just know that I'm really going to enjoy this one. And I don't know why we haven't played it yet. I think I want to play it, you and me, and then introduce it to my mom, because I think she would enjoy it.
How many people can play it? 2 to 4?
2 to 4.
2 to 4, 45 to 60 minutes.
Yep.
8 and up. So, yeah, I think we can grasp it.
Yeah, play it first and then teach it to my mom. I think she would enjoy it.
Okay.
And that's Photosynthesis.
That's Photosynthesis. All right, so the next game I want to talk about that we own and haven't played is Mystic Vale, the Essential Edition from AEG. And the Essential Edition came out last year, 2021. And this is a reprint that has 3 of the expansions back when this game came out, I think in like 2014 or 2013. So it has the 3 expansions. This game is, everyone is druids that are collecting different resources in order to do something that I don't really know. The biggest thing that drew me to the game was the cards that are in the game, because the cards are transparent and it's a deck builder. So
you love deck builders.
I love deck builders. So you're building your deck with these transparent cards. So it's like you're sliding different cards into these sleeves.
It's like a card crafting.
Yeah, you're crafting cards.
Crafting deck builder.
As you're building a deck. So it's like not only are you building a deck, you're building each individual card. And it looks fantastic. I don't know what the goal is of the game. I just know it's a deck builder. And it's made by John DeClaire. And John DeClaire does Kabutos. And he is awesome. Like, Kabutos, I think, was like number 5 on my top 10 list. I don't know. That list is changing rapidly, the board games that I play. To where I like to revisit our top 10 at the end of the year and see.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like we should
grown.
do that every year.
I think this might be on it once we get it to the table. So that's Mystic Vale Essential Edition.
Alright, so the next game on my shame game list is Trekking the World, published by Underdog Games. We like to travel, so this was a gift for us, I think several Christmases ago. I think my parents got it for us.
Sorry, Jeff and Nada. We haven't played it yet.
We have not played it. This one looks really cool. You're building a bucket list of destinations, and you're trying to take a tour and visit them all and be the first one to complete them. And so, you know, like I said, we like to travel, and the artwork on this one looks really cool. The cards are just different locations all the way around the world, and I'm very excited to play this one. I think this would be a good one, again, for us to play and then play with my parents because they also like to travel. Again, it's just another very thematic game, and it's very colorful. You play on like this big world map, trekking the world.
The next game I'm going to talk about is Moonrakers from Ivy Studios. This is a game about shipbuilding, shrewd negotiations, and I forgot the rest of the tagline.
Deck building.
Temporary alliances.
And it's a deck building
I'm literally just reading that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's also a deck builder.
Yeah, so it's a deck builder and negotiation game for 1 to 5 players, and it says it takes an hour to 2 hours. So for us, that would be a first playthrough would be like 3.5 hours.
Yeah, that's typically how it goes.
The first hour is always one round, like just figuring out how the game works. It's typically how slow we learn games. But this game looks cool. The box comes with metal components.
Metal coins.
Metal coins, sorry. And you're negotiating, and we love negotiation games because like one of our intro games was Munchkins.
And that's pretty much all negotiation.
That's all you're doing. You're wheeling and dealing in that game, trying to like get to level 10. And this, you're wheeling and dealing and building spaceships.
And it's a space theme, which we also love space theme games.
It looks fantastic.
And it's a deck builder.
But I don't know the mechanics of this game. It's got dice. It's got cool ships.
So
you got crew members and different ship parts and objectives and
one of the reasons we haven't gotten this one to the table is because I think we were under the assumption that you needed 3 people to play it, which is not the case. It's 1 to 5.
Yeah, but here's my thing is, if there's a solo mode and it's a negotiation game, who are you negotiating with?
I don't know. But yeah, we're very excited to play Moonrakers. I think we just need a bigger group to play this.
Well, I mean, we can have like Dave or Ben over and get this to the table.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I feel like 3 people wouldn't be bad for a negotiation. You get that kind of like that triangle to where it's like if one person's in the lead, that person is just going to be screwed because the other 2 people aren't going to like make deals with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like
I think you have to make deals to complete contracts, and that's how you get points.
I don't know.
Anyways, let us know if you've played Moonrakers and what the best player count would be to play this at.
Yeah, that would help.
And next on my list of shame games or shelf of opportunity games is Dale of Merchants and Dale of Merchants 2, published by Snowdale Design. The reason why there's 2 of them is because I couldn't decide which animals I wanted, so I got 1 and 2 to play with.
Like the idea of the game so much, we got more of it.
I've actually bought this for you, but also because I wanted to play it.
Yeah, wasn't this a gift for me?
It was, because it's a deck builder, and I know that you like deck builders, but it's also an adorable game about animal merchants, and I love the theme.
That's why there's 2 of them, because you bought the animals that you thought you would like, and the animals that you thought I would like.
Yes. Yeah. Yep, so I bought 1 and 2. So again, this game is a deck builder where you play different animal merchants, trying to sell your goods. And I'm pretty sure you can play with each character, like you can play with different characters across them.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure. I was torn between this one and the Dale of Merchants collection, which is a game box that can hold... It's its own game, but I can also hold Dale of Merchants 1, 2, and 3.
So if we like this, we're naturally going to get that.
Right, so that's why I was like torn between just getting that one or starting with the originals. And I was like, you know what, we need to start with the originals first. And then if we like it, we'll get the collection and then we can keep them all in one box.
I think that's one of the few times where we haven't just like gone all in on something like Photosynthesis. You know, like I picked up the expansion at the same time.
But I mean, I feel like we're really gonna like this one. We already know that we like deck builders. It's got a really good theme. The artwork is adorable. I've heard very good things about Dale of Merchants, and I've been looking at this game for a very long time. So I'm very excited to play this, and I feel like we could get this one to the table fairly quickly. It plays in about 30 minutes. And it's a 2 to 4 player game.
It looks very cute.
Yeah, it's adorable.
I like the artwork.
Dale of Merchants. Let us know if you played it. Let us know if you've played Dale of Merchants 3, which we don't have, or the collection, and which version is your favorite. Because it was a little tricky deciding which one to get. So I just went based on the animals you could play. But that's Dale of Merchants.
That's Dale of Merchants. The next game I'm going to talk about is Red Rising from Stonemaier Games. So this is based on the novel Red Rising. It was a fantastic book to where like humanity has gone out into the stars and divided itself into several different like wealth classes to where each class is dictated with a different color to where the reds are the lowest of the low. They're miners on Mars.
And the golds are the like high society, rich folk.
Yeah, so Red Rising is, the book series is all about, you're following Darrow.
I think it's Darrow.
Darrow? Darrow.
I think that's how they say it in the audiobook.
Darrow. You're following Darrow, who is like trying to rise up.
He's a red, and
he's, I'm not, without giving spoilers, he's rising up
through It's like a revolution,
society.
And you're watching him, no spoilers, but it's a very good book series. And so we just bought this up purely based on because we read the book Red Rising. We didn't know if it was a good game or anything. We were just like, there's a board game based on Red Rising, let's get it. Turns out, it's a very good game.
Right, this is based off of Fantasy Realms, right? This game has the exact same mechanics. Which we just
recently played.
It's fantastic.
It's awesome. So now that we own Fantasy Realms and we've played Fantasy Realms, we know we're going to love Red Rising.
I hope Pax is a character in this.
Yeah.
Pax Tau Alamanus. He's just a big hulky dude who screams his name the whole time.
Yeah.
Severo. Mickey. All the characters. Mustang. Ragnar. This is gonna be cool.
We've heard very good things about Red Rising and that it's a very good game. So like that makes me excited because sometimes when you buy board games based on IPs, intellectual property, they're not always the best of games because
But sometimes
they know
they're
that they
groundbreaking.
they know that they can sell the game based on the IP alone. So sometimes the mechanics of the game aren't great.
But sometimes
so it's exciting to know that this has gotten good reviews. So.
This has gotten good reviews. I'm excited for it. I know it's not necessarily a reskin of Fantasy Realms, but it does add some
similar mechanic, I believe, right? Like they kind of take Fantasy Realms like core mechanic and kind of build upon it, is from what I understand how this game is.
And I'm really excited to play this game. It looks so good, and it's got like a little wolf thing in it because doesn't he have a character named Wolf, or is that like his? Is that the Red Rising faction symbol?
I think it's his faction symbol.
Oh, Jesus, I can't remember. We haven't looked at it. Anyways, it's got these like cool red crystals in the center, which look fantastic. Yeah.
So let us know if you've played Red Rising, what you think of it, if you played Fantasy Realms, the game this was based on. We're very excited to play this. We've had this one for a little while. We just need to get it to the table. I feel like this is a game that, to start with, only you and I should play because we've read the books.
A lot of these we can start just you and I to play. And if any of these games you've played, let us know what you think about them.
Yeah, what the best player count is to play them.
Red Rising.
Okay, the last game on my shame games, not the last game on our shelf of opportunity that we have.
It's just... We only want to talk about the 10 most we're excited. 10 most we're excited about?
Yeah, 10 games that we're most excited to play. So the last one on my list of 5 for me is...
Jesus.
Sleeping Gods, published by Red Raven Games and designed by Ryan Lockett. Sleeping Gods. This game looks incredible. We haven't played any other Ryan Lockett games, but I have a whole list of his games on my wish list that I want to try.
Yeah.
But in Sleeping Gods, you play a crew of the Manticore, which is a ship, and it takes place in the 1920s. And you get sort of teleported to this world, and you need to collect all of these totems to awaken the sleeping gods in order to find your way home. And it is a storybook adventure game, a campaign game that you play over, lots of different sessions. And it's kind of a sandboxy game where you can sort of traverse this world and
You
go
can go
wherever
anywhere.
you want.
It's like an open world.
Like a
It's
choose
crazy.
your own adventure type of a game.
Yeah.
We're very, very excited to play this. I already have a soundtrack set up to go on Spotify with like, you know, ocean music and adventure music. We are in the middle of another campaign game right now, Familiar Tales.
So good. I feel
it's
like
very good.
It's a little bit lighter than this. This is why
Yeah.
Familiar Tales got to the table faster than Sleeping
we
Gods.
were trying to decide between this and Familiar Tales, and because that one was a little bit lighter, and we haven't really played too many campaign board games. We have played like Dungeons and Dragons stuff, so we are familiar with campaign games, role-playing games, but
I don't know, after watching Chrissy and Nick from Two Sheep,
One
One Wheat.
Yeah, we watched their live stream of this. I know there was a little bit of spoilers, but we were trying to see like how the game operates. That was really fun to watch, and that made us even more excited to get this one to the table.
Now we have to rush through Familiar Tales so that way we can get to this one. I don't want to start this until we finish.
Oh
Familiar
yeah, I know.
Tales.
I don't want to have multiple campaigns going. I want this to just be set up on our table, and we can play a few sessions.
Just throughout the week.
As
we
and slowly get through it. But I've heard great things about Sleeping Gods, and I am just super excited to play this.
Yeah, me too. This from the 5 that you picked. From your 5, this is my most favorite one.
Yeah, agreed. That's why I did this one last.
Yeah, this is the one I'm most excited to play.
Same. Yeah. And the artwork, again, gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Looks so good.
It really does.
That's Sleeping Gods.
Sleeping Gods.
The last game that we're going to talk about from our Shelf of Opportunity, our shame games, is one I'm actually ashamed we haven't played yet. Like, I feel like we are going to get judged by not playing this game. Mm-hmm. And that's Scythe.
By Stonemaier.
By Stonemaier Games. Oh, so this is our second Stonemaier Games. We own your games, we just don't play them. But yeah, Scythe, which is a alternate history game to where it's like a Cold War it's during the Cold War, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. Alternate history 1920s.
1920s, yeah. To where there's all these sorts of mechs, and it's not a direct battling game like Risk, but it is...
it's area control.
It's area control, dudes on a map, to where you're kind of just trying to control certain areas to gain resources. I don't even know the victory conditions of this game, but it's 1 to 5, and I'm really excited to play it. I love these kind of games, but getting you to play these kind of games is hard because you've had bad experiences with Risk.
Yeah, I've had a really bad experience with area control because of the game Risk. I hate Risk. I just have had bad experiences playing Risk, and I feel like that's just kind of...
Don't compare everything to Risk.
No,
this is
I know,
beautiful.
But that's like a big area control game, and it just... I did not enjoy Risk, so I feel like any other area control game I'm just kind of turned off to. However, I have heard amazing things about Scythe. It has awesome miniatures, a lot of board game content creators that we watch who have similar tastes to us love Scythe. So I know I'm probably going to like it, which is why I also purchased the metal coins and realistic components for this game.
One thing I really like about this that's different from other area controls dudes on a map game is that it's asymmetric too with the factions. To where, there's 5 different mechs, but I don't know how many different factions there are. Let me look. Five faction mats. And I think there's...
Because it's 1 to 5 players.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, this just looks fantastic. This is right up my alley. This is my kind of game. This is a game that Ben and I would
I'm
probably
hoping
play.
that this game gets me to enjoy area control again.
If it doesn't, I don't know what will. We'll have to find some fluffy artwork area control game.
I don't always like fluffy artwork games.
But it helps.
I like thematic games. This one does seem pretty thematic.
This one is pretty thematic.
Right. That's why I think I will enjoy Scythe. I'm just a little bit hesitant because of the bad experiences I've had playing Risk.
I'm excited about it. That's Scythe.
Okay, so those were our top 10 games on our Shelf of Shame Opportunity Shane games.
Top 10 Shane games.
That we're most excited to play
Yeah.
and or get to the table.
If you've played any of these, let us know which ones we should play first. Right now, I want to play Scythe.
And Sleeping Gods.
And Sleeping God. But Sleeping Gods, that's not going to get to the table for a while.
I think the one we can most easily get to the table is probably Dale of Merchants. A quick little card game. Takes about 30 minutes.
That's the one I'm the least excited to play.
It's a deck builder.
But it's the one I'm the least excited to play.
Okay.
Out of the top 10. Like, I'm still excited. Just out of that list we just did. That's
fair. But yeah, let us know if you've played any of these games. Let us know if any of these games are on your shelf of opportunity. If you have any list of shelf of opportunity games you'd like to share with us, leave it down in the comments. If you are interested in any of the games that we've talked about today or mentioned, be sure to check out your friendly local gaming store. For us here in Northeast Ohio, that is Recess in North Olmsted.
And if you like what you saw here today, make sure to click that like button, subscribe, leave a comment down below. We upload videos every Sunday now, and it seems like it's becoming pretty regular.
Yep.
So keep an eye out every Sunday for that notification, clicking on that bell of our latest video.
Yep. But anyways, I'm Morgan.
And I'm Mitch.
And we're M is for Meeple.
Bye.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.